All right, on today's Let's Try and Finish Something, I've got these great ammo containers, and I want to Star Wars up these ammo containers, and I also want to take some out-of-universe containers, like a Home Depot container, maybe something like that, and I have a great Harbor Freight ammo container that's metal that I want to make look like these same containers. Now, these containers I got at an Army surplus store, and they've got some great patina on them. Look at this rust. I want to see if I can create this same look, but using non-metal or non-universe containers. Now, they've got these empty stencils on them. They're definitely going to need some Star Wars stencils, and that's what we're going to try and do today. We're going to take some containers that don't look like this, these military containers, and make them look pretty much the same. I want to use the same color scheme and make them look like Star Wars military containers. And we're going to do that on Let's Try to Finish Something. So the idea was to use my rotary tool to rough up and damage the edges of the plastic Home Depot container, but my Dremel decided not to work. So after some off-camera swearing and using my tears as cooling fluid, I went at it with an angle grinder, then moved on to sandpaper to smooth out the melted plastic bits. This was all to prep for an idea that I had to give my created patina some texture. I'd never seen this done before and wasn't sure it was going to work. My idea was to take 5-minute epoxy and mix it with some sand, then spread this mixed onto my damaged areas, creating the desired textures. And to recreate those metal painted flakes like the original metal container, an old for sale sign made of styrene plastic, cut into some irregular shapes and stuck into that same epoxy. In theory, should do the trick. Now, after coating it with a basic black primer, it's time for some paint chipping and some weathering. I've used latex masking fluid a lot, but in a pinch, basic plain toothpaste works great. I like that goopy, stringy texture that it has. It's a bit uncontrollable, and that's what makes it perfect. Spread it with something like a popsicle stick so that you don't have a lot of control and it's a little organic, and let the strings go wild. Then add more colors and more toothpaste. Hit some of the same areas without taking the old toothpaste off, and hit some new spots too. Give it some weathering on top of that toothpaste and all around. Careful not to take the old toothpaste off underneath the paint. I like to use spray paint applied with a nasty chip brush and some paper towels, paint pigments, oil paints, all kinds of stuff. Look, I'm wearing socks and flip-flops. I don't like to walk in my office with shoes, and this super high-fashion solution seems to work the easiest for me. All right, so I've been trying to think of a way to get a stencil on the side of that container and my old containers as well, and I had an idea. So Cricut uses these sticky mats, and you attach your vinyl to it, then you run it through the cutter, and that stickiness doesn't allow the vinyl to slide as you're putting it through the cutter. Well, after a while, they become less sticky and you can't use them anymore, and they're just a kind of worthless piece of plastic. Well, what I did is I cut out my image on one of those mats. So it has a sticky and a non-sticky side. The sticky side helps hold it to the project, and then I can spray that and I can get my logo on the side of whatever I need. I'm going to give that a try and see how that works. Now it's time for my second container, the Harbor Freight ammo container. I will say, if you're looking for easy, go with the plastic container from Home Depot. The label came off super easy in one piece. The Harbor Freight container took about 30 minutes to get off, and it's in about 3,000 pieces. This container I'm looking to do a little bit different, looking to make this one more Scarif Trooper themed. Still Imperial, still weathered, just a different color scheme. Time to rough it up and paint it. Stop with the container porn. I have one more idea that I think might take this one step farther, especially with the Scarif Trooper container. I've got an idea that is inspired by the World War II fighter jets. I'm going to go over to the Cricut, fix this up, then get back to some footage.